Who would have known that having it confirmed that you will eventually poo your pants on a run would have resonated with so many of you? So when we put out the 9 hard truths of being a runner with the hope of letting you know what's ahead in your running journey, it got me thinking, there can't only be 9. So I racked my brain and I asked the Meshap community what they wished they'd known before they started running, that no one told them. And I bring you the 7 harsh realities of being a runner.
Ooh, welcome to my road to 100 kilometers. Starting here with a nice, humble 5k. But my point 1, and something I'm going to have to get used to over the next coming weeks, is that be prepared when you start your running journey for a huge increase in hunger and tiredness. Now there's no getting around it. When you train, when you start running, what you're doing is putting a lot of stimulus through your body. Your brain is thinking, what the hell are you doing to me? And it's trying to keep up by making the repairs from all the muscle breakdown you're doing in order for the body to then build it up stronger. Your metabolism speeds up, so everything kind of goes into the next level. And so the first natural reaction, I guess, of your body is to be hungry, to need more energy for that repair, for the additional carbohydrates you need. So what can you do when faced with this hunger? Because that means it's easier to pick up foods that are not good for you. Well, what Mary and I do is we give ourselves a cheat day. Friday is cheat day, eat what you want day, no guilt day, happy days. I love Fridays, I look forward to them. And what about the tiredness? Well, it's a similar deal. Your body's working overtime now to keep up and make the repairs and build you stronger and faster, more durable. So this one, it's not really rocket surgery. It's more, get yourself to sleep at a decent time. Make sure you get the sleep that your body needs to keep up with all the training, because all that's going to happen is a spiral of tiredness if you're not sleeping properly, and eventually injury. But please, try to avoid getting both at the same time. Tiredness, hunger equals anger every time.
And point 2, and this might be the hardest one to hear for everybody, but I'm just going to speak from the heart because I really believe it and I have to be honest, and that is that you're probably going to lose friends along the way in this process. But it doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. What I mean is, if you're going to start the running process, or if you have started the running process, you're going on a journey of growth, personal growth. You're trying to be a better person. And that sometimes means that the new path that you're on doesn't align with those values or the path that you were on when you had other friends. And you know what? Those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. And if you think about it like that, then most of the friends that you have, if you embark on this new journey, this running journey, will be your biggest cheerleaders anyway. But if you have any friends that are actively against you starting this process because it means you don't get to see them as much, then probably long term, if you continue on your running journey, those are the friends that are going to kind of fall away a little bit, and they'll on their own path, they're doing their own thing, and that's okay. But you are specifically choosing to try and be a better person on this path, on this journey. Point 3, and this is probably a little different depending on where you live in the world, but be prepared to get up at stupid o'clock on days when you're racing. I didn't even know there was a 3 in the morning until I moved to Thailand. And I know many of you wake up early anyway for kids or work, etc. But this is voluntary. You are actively choosing to wake up at 2 a.m. to go and hurt yourself. It is absolutely bananas when you think about it. But here we are, still doing it. No doubt the waking up bit on a weekend sucks, but there's also no doubt that these little victories, these little nudges outside your comfort zone help to contribute to your growth as a person. And they help your mentality by redefining suffering a little bit. Think about it. If you experience the pain that you feel at kilometer 40 of a marathon when you're walking up the stairs normally at home, you'd probably think you were dying, and you'd probably think you were dying soon. It's context, and that is the magic of waking up early for a race. It's similar to waking up early to catch your holiday flight. It's unpleasant, but you know the pleasantness outweighs it. And you know you're in a better place for doing it, but you still choose to do it.
Harsh reality number 4 is a very harsh reality, but it's something that you need to be prepared for, because some people can fall apart when it happens to them, and that is, injuries are going to happen to you. That's just part of the process, right? So unless you're extremely fortunate, at some point in your running journey you're going to pick up an injury. It might be early, but it might be further down the line. It could even be years down the line. And you know what? That's okay. If you think you're going to get away scot-free without injury for your entire lifetime of running, then I think you're setting yourself up for a failure, because ultimately it's part of a puzzle. Knowing your body and the fact that you're putting your body through a lot of stress means that sometimes it's going to break down on you a little bit, and that's all right. You just work out how, why, you fix it, you go again. You know, and the same can be said for mistakes made in training or races. You know, they're just part of that overall process of running for life. I've run races where I've gone out way too hard, really suffered. I've done training sessions where I haven't hit the right numbers or hit the right heart rates. And you know what? That's all right. Be kind to yourselves here. It's part of a bigger picture if you zoom out. So here's the takeaway. Do not be afraid to push your body, prod your body, test your body, nudge your body. And for the most part, it's going to respond positively. It's a good thing pushing yourself. Don't be afraid of that. And sometimes injuries might happen. Don't be afraid of that either. It's part of the process. It will ultimately make you a stronger runner. And it's okay. No one wants to be injured. But being an injured runner doesn't mean you're not a runner. It just means you're an injured runner doing everything you can to get back to running. And that's okay.
Point 5 of this harshest realities of running is be prepared to have one, if not all of these things. You are gonna have pretty skanky feet. Sorry, there it is. I said it. You potentially will lose toenails. You almost certainly will get blisters. You will get hard skin. Your toenails might turn black. It's a dark place down there in those trainers when you really invest long term in running. And it might not happen overnight. It might not happen straight away. Sometimes it takes changing the type of running you're doing. I lost my first toenails when I started doing trail running. I'm absolutely fine on road. The moment I switched long term to trail, bye-bye toenails. I mean, it's horrible. They're like black, they fall off, then you get little ratty ones coming back through. It's grim looking down there. But it's a sign you're a runner. And you can do things. If you're a woman particularly, Mary has pedicures. I mean, sometimes she's literally putting nail varnish over just skin where a nail used to be in the hope that no one realises. I've just given one of Mary's secrets away. But ultimately, it's the cost of running, and especially if you start running longer and longer and longer, it's gonna happen. Make your peace with it. Say goodbye to some toenails.
Point number 6 is that running is cheap until it isn't. So a great thing about getting started with running is you don't need a lot of stuff. A pair of trainers and you're out of the door. But once you get more and more into it, into the running world, into racing, it can become expensive. As you progress with your running journey, you might want to get some equipment, watches, heart rate monitors, running sunglasses, all kinds of bits and bobs. Clothing for me is a big one, especially when I see people at events and races. There's some great running outfits out there, and there's a lot of options to spend your money on. And then the final thing, I need to pause for this, trainers. Trainers is a whole world. You might start with one pair, but if you do anything like me, then you could end up with a pair for trail, a pair for road, a pair for speed work, a pair for racing, a pair for tempo sessions, a pair for base sessions, and a whole rotation of shoes. So be warned that whilst it can be cheap to get started, it can very easily become expensive too.
The final point to make, and one that might be a bit hard to get your head around given the videos I've previously made, but be prepared to never be fully satisfied. But also know, that's a very good thing. Let me explain. When you start running, people like me tell you not to compare yourselves to others, to be happy to just be out running, to not focus on pace or time. So why would I now say you won't be satisfied? Well, it's all in the framing of it. As you get stronger, you will get faster. You'll be able to run a bit further. You'll feel more energized. You'll run perhaps your first 5k and think, I wonder what 10k feels like. Or I wonder what I need to do to run that 5k a bit faster. You look for other challenges. 10k becomes 10 miles or half marathon. Maybe that switches to a trail. Or maybe you move to a marathon. Maybe then you want to run faster or even further or in 42-degree heat. Scratch that one, that was just plain stupid. After every session, after every race, you're satisfied, and yet you're not. You're never quite done. What else can this body do? Maybe even multi-sports or different challenges. You see, you may not be fully satisfied, but that's what excites you. You want to push more. So for me, every step of my journey, I am absolutely satisfied in myself as a human, as a runner or a triathlete. I'm satisfied that I'm out there trying to be better, but I'm not satisfied that I've got the absolute most from my amazing body yet. And I love that feeling. And you will too. Now, if you like this video and one, if not all of the points resonated with you, then you're probably gonna like this one, the original, the 9 hard truths of running. And if you've already seen that, how about the time that Mary trained like elite runner Philly Bowden for a week and learnt her own hard truths about what it takes to be an elite? Either way, hopefully you'll enjoy them, and I'll see you soon.